So okay, give me a breakdown of. I want a detailed breakdown of the hot tub thing. Was that also on vacation?
I was quite drunk, so yes, holiday.
Holiday goes down on holiday.
I meet this bunch of guys, and they're like, "Come back to us. We have a hot tub."
It's just you.
And my friend was also there, but
okay.
her boyfriend was friends with them, and so she had gone already like in another bedroom with her boyfriend. So it was just me in the hot tub with all these guys.
And so, okay, I want like a chronological order of what went down with the hot tub story.
I was just making jokes. Like, this is how you start out. Like, you just start making jokes. You're like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we all shagged right now?
It's a good one. Good joke.
And then like we started to definitely get into it, you know, like people are like touching my thighs and I'm like, yeah, my tits look nice, and people are like filling me up.
She belongs to the streets.
Okay.
And then I'm filling them up, and then like, you know.
But like, give me a play-by-play fucking.
Do you want like me to film this next time? Do you want?
No. But I want to see.
He wants the visual.
Yeah.
I want the scope of.
Yeah. I don't know. It was exactly 10 guys. That was kind of like a rough. I just know it was a load of guys.
So it could have been more than 10 guys.
I don't.
Were there any other girls?
No.
It was you.
My friend.
But she dipped. She dipped.
Yeah.
So you're there with 10 dudes, some of them you know. So like, but what is the progression? Because it sounds like you were sexually involved with some of them to varying degrees. So I want like a detailed play by play.
So then obviously when you start touching each other up, people get horny and they start to get hard-ons, and they're feeling your tits and like kissing your tits, and then you start kissing down their body and kissing their cocks, and then like you know, the guys are there, some of the guys are sat there watching, some of the guys are, you know, one's getting a bit of a handy, the other one like kissing him and stuff like that. And then it was more like towards the end of it.
Doc Venabilis donated $100. Syphilis was deadly until penicillin. HIV killed hundreds of thousands because of its stealth transmission. The next deadly STD pandemic will come. I pray East End Girl reforms before it arrives.
Oh, Doc Venabilis, he's a doctor here. Syphilis was deadly until penicillin. HIV.
East End.
All right.
What does that mean?
East End. I don't know. That's a song or something. Thank you, Doc Venabilis. Appreciate it. And by the way, I actually want to credit you for being open about talking some of these things, because some people may not feel comfortable being so forthcoming and sharing this sort of stuff. So I certainly give you credit for your honesty. So, okay, hot tub, a baker's dozen maybe. How many of them did you have intercourse with? 2. And then...
But then, like, some people class, like... did you... I don't know, like, I guess, like, 4 or 5...
4 or 5 what?
Like, touched up, like, hand job or, like...
A handy.
Kissing or, like...
And then, so 2 guys you had intercourse with.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, like, let's go to the sauna. Those 2, and I was like, yeah.
And then how many BJs were given?
I was pretty drunk, but I'd guesstimate like 3 or 4.
And does that count? Like, is it 6? 6? Like, did the guys who also had sex? Was there also the BJ too?
What? No, I've counted them into the number.
So those are different.
So like when I say 4 or 5, I've counted them in to the BJ count. Does that make sense?
Sort
I'm like
of.
losing my mind.
Sort of. Okay.
Is that a good enough like visual representation of what happened? But it was a really fun trip, and
I feel like, don't take this the wrong way, I feel like that story has to preclude you from like 90% of men. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't mind that. Like, it doesn't offend me that people don't want to date me. Like, that's totally their decision.
Sure.
And
that's fair for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. But like, obviously, I don't
Do
want to date guys that aren't into it.
Do your parents know these stories?
No, they don't. Obviously, I'm not like sat at the dining table. Mum, Dad, guess what I got up to today?
If they found this
Honestly-
podcast, how would they react?
You know what? I tell them to stay off the internet, Mum and Dad.
And
you
I
know?
actually want to add, like, and I'm not like, I know I was kind of reacting while you were telling that story. Like, I put some of the blame on the men there too, because like, as a guy, I would be so uncomfortable in that situation. Like, it's just,
None of
that's
it's
so
pulled,
weird.
so I'm
That's
guessing they were
so
just
like,
quite
I don't know,
horny.
chat. Like, that's so weird. As a guy to like, I don't know,
Yeah, I guess
like
they were
seeing your
friends.
buddies, like, I don't want to be in vicinity of my buddies like getting hand jobs. That's kind of like,
Sus.
it's, can I say
Gay.
it? Is it kind of,
who you are.
it might be a little effete, if I can avoid saying a certain word. It might be, was that rainbow?
Yes.
I don't know. It's just like, I blame, like, come
But then
on.
I don't think
I
there's,
would-
there's no need to put like a label on anything. Like, we're just having fun. you know?
But I never, like, I don't know. Are these your boys? Like, how are you, like,
they're all
I don't think
cheering
I
their
don't think
mum.
it's considered gay at all.
it's like, nah, it's kind of, it's
I
kind
didn't think it was gay. I thought it was really hot.
All jokes aside,
Yeah.
I'm a cybersecurity open source intel expert. You don't own anything you post, and I'm not a blank fiend. Sorry, the TTS doesn't come through. If there's any like censored words, it won't read it. Are you prepared to explain mega fellatio and DP to your kids? What is mega fellatio? I don't even know what that
Mega
is.
fellatio.
What is
like, I think that's
it's like a mega
That's like, I
blowjob?
swear
Yeah.
that's like fellatio is where you self-suck on yourself.
That is it?
I'm like pretty sure fellatio is like self.
I mean, I'm googling this shit.
I thought it was
Look
just
away,
like,
Manny.
Where you like suck
Oh
yourself.
no. What the fuck?
like foreplay.
I don't know what a mega. It's just like.
I'm pretty
it's just-
sure fellatio is where you like suck yourself off.
How do you even do that?
I don't know. People who were like
People
really
are. Some
bendy,
people are
they
probably
train
like
for it,
very
yeah.
flexible or
There was
something.
like a show on where it was like this
Bro.
guy and he was.
I could suck my tits,
doing-
but
We
reaching
That's
out
not fellatio.
down
I can
there.
suck my tits.
Jesus
Can I
Christ.
ask you a question?
Here comes the
Oh, what is going on tonight? Okay. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Wait. So, okay. I don't get, like, how could you be? I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah, we need to
I
hear
don't-
more from
I
them.
don't know. I don't mean this in a mean way, but does sex have any meaning for you?
See, I actually put this in my thing. I was like, I don't think it's that deep, personally. I mean, like, you can obviously have deep sex, but I don't think having sex is deep. Like,
And
for the
then
most part.
My second question, given my line of work, I'm very intrigued by like the, I would say, very negative side effects of the sexual revolution and like women's sexual promiscuity, because I think women bond differently with their partners when they have sex, whereas men, they can like have sex with a bunch of women and there's no emotional attachment even from like a chemical level. Do you not feel like attached, i.e. like if you have sex with a guy and you don't hear back from him or he ghosts you, like does that hurt you at all, or does sex just not mean anything to you?
Personally, like, I've heard of this, like, that girls get this kind of like hormone release or something like that.
Yeah.
But personally, in my experience, not really. Like, obviously, sometimes you're like, oh, I fancy that guy. But, like, especially in work, it's very, like, it's not real sex. Like, it's very...
So do you
Work.
think that the sex that you have done in your work life has maybe changed the way you perceive sex in your personal life?
You know what? I was being a whore before I started OnlyFans anyway. And so, not hugely. But I guess to some degree, yeah, definitely. But I'm like, I don't know. I see it as more like just an exchange. Like, it's not like, oh, I love this guy feelings. Like, it's more like...
Did you always view sex like that, even like from the first time you had sex, or did it used to mean something to you?
It used to mean something. Like,
What
when
changed?
I guess when I broke up my first boyfriend, and I was just really horny and like just wanted to fuck about. And then that's kind of when like the downfall happened. But the first time I was like, I wanted to kind of like wait a bit more. And then I was just like, oh, it's just not that deep. And just kind of fucked around for the most part.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Wait, so what were we talking about?